sera son opposante d'Ivoire. Elle agira dans le coin bleu. In the blue corner, catégorie 60 kilos, at the 60 kilogram division. Elle représente l'équipe du Brésil. From Team Brazil, Adriana Araujo.
And there you heard the announcer, the official announcement of the boxers. In the red corner from Puerto Rico, Kiria Tapia. She won the Pan American Games in 2011. She faces, in the blue corner, Brazil's Adriana Araujo.
Le prochain combat est prévu pour 4 assauts de 2 minutes. For the next bout, 4 rounds, 2 minutes. I wish them a good luck. Bonne chance à tous.
These are 60 kilograms, 132 pound lightweights. Semi-final match here at the 2012 Women's Elite Continental Championships. Again in the red corner from Puerto Rico, Kiria Tapia, and in the blue corner from Brazil, Adriana Araujo. The boxers touch gloves. Araujo has a little bit of a height advantage, and the boxers, traditionally, these two have very different styles. You see Araujo in the blue is a right-handed boxer, orthodox, with her left foot forward. Her power hand is her right hand. And Kiria Tapia in the red is a southpaw, so her right foot is forward as she tries to set up a power shot from her left hand. Kiria Tapia will move a little bit more. That's more of her style. She looks to bring the jab as Araujo in the blue brings her right hand. Araujo in the blue had a very good showing at the 2010 Women's World Championships, and Kiria Tapia has come off a very impressive championship of her own, the Pan American Games, where she won the lightweight division. Some feints from Tapia in the red. Boxers are kind of feeling each other out a little bit, trying to figure out where the opening is. Testing a little bit with that kind of testy jab that Araujo in the blue is using, and the feints that Tapia is using. Those are both ways to sort of test their opponent out a little bit and see how they're going to react to movement, how they're going to react to a punch. They're trying to create an opening by using these little feints and the little probing jab. So we can see a lot of action in the sense that they're moving their head, they're moving their body, but they're not throwing a whole lot of punches right now. Probing jab again by Araujo in the blue. Tapia is very comfortable on the outside where she has a lot of room to move. And there she takes a straight left to the body of Araujo. And a check hook from Kiria Tapia to end the round. The score is 2-1. Puerto Rico's Kiria Tapia is winning the bout so far with a score of 2-1.
Mi gente, ahí tienen la nena de papi Pico, hecha ya tú sabes con Goya Goya. Boxing.canada.
This is the 60 kilogram division. We're in the semifinals. The winner of this bout moves on to the finals. And we're going into the second round. Kiria Tapia from Puerto Rico in the red corner is leading so far 2 points to 1 point. I mentioned the five-part criteria that judges are looking for, and that's one of the reasons that bouts, Olympic-style boxing bouts, tend to be kind of low scoring, is because the punch has to meet the criteria before the judges will press the button of that boxer. The second round begins. Both boxers are a little bit more active. Both of them know that they need to throw more punches. It's impossible to score points unless punches are thrown, so they are going to slowly increase their activity level throughout this bout. Again, Tapia tries to go to the body first, but Araujo in the blue seems to have an answer for that every time that Tapia attempts to come in. That's her style. She likes to be slick, stay on the outside, a lot of movement. And then there's a cover by Tapia as she waits for Araujo in the blue to touch her, then she's going to try to counter. Big right hand from Araujo in the blue corner. And Tapia is cautioned for a low head. Araujo tries a right-handed lead, which is a very effective technique against an opposite-handed boxer, is to use the strong punch first. Most of the time boxers use their jab to try to start a combination or even score a point. But against an opposite-handed boxer, it's a very good strategy, a very good tactic to attempt to throw the power shot first. A lot of times it'll find a home, whereas the jab gets caught up in the high lead hand of their opponent. Araujo from Brazil did a good job in this second round. The score is now tied 4-4. You can see both of the corners working very differently. In Brazil's corner, she's getting some air by way of that towel getting waved. Both of the coaches are telling the boxers what they want them to do. You can see Araujo in the blue is very comfortable standing in the corner, trying to keep the energy in her legs up. And in the red corner, Kiria Tapia sitting as she's getting her instructions. And we're going to move into the third round of this 4-round bout.
Seconds out, round 3.
Araujo again with the probing jab. Very successful second round for her, outscoring her opponent by 3 points to tie up 4-4 as we're now in the third round. And a big hook from Araujo. The referee is going to call that a slip. And she's asking the boxer to dust off her gloves. And that's the reason she motioned for the boxer what she wanted her to do. The referees do not speak to the boxers. They simply mimic a foul, or they will mimic what they want the boxer to do. The only words that they speak are in English. They'll say stop, box, break, and they will count if there is a knockdown. They'll count to 8 or 10. Once a referee begins a count, they finish the count as well. Referee in charge of this bout is from Ecuador, Nancy Rodriguez. She's a 2-star referee judge for the International Federation. And now Kiria Tapia is picking up the action a little bit, looking for that opening again, coming with the straight cross to the body. And now she's got a probing jab of her own. And she's going to get cautioned for a low head. Leading with the head, a low head, very dangerous foul because the head can come up into their opponent. What we typically call a headbutt can be very dangerous, result in abrasions and cuts, so the referee cautions her about keeping her head up. Ariana Araujo using a little bit of power there. She's holding the center of the ring. Kiria Tapia in the red corner from Puerto Rico, staying on the outside, moving around, trying to find an opening. And that's the end of the round. Ariana Araujo has opened up her lead now.
Ah, fuck.
She is up 1 point going into the fourth and final round. The score is 6-7. Ariana Araujo in the blue corner, so far winning this bout by 1 point.
Seconds out, round 4.
Fourth and final round of the 60 kilogram division, 132 pounds. The winner of this bout goes on to the finals tomorrow night. Kiria Tapia from Puerto Rico is in the red corner, and from Brazil, Ariana Araujo in the blue corner. Both boxers picking up right where they left off with the probing jab from Araujo, and Kiria Tapia is trying to disrupt her by mimicking her a little bit. Ariana Araujo leading by 1 point going into this fourth and final round. She'll try to basically do the same thing she did to tie up the match and then to pull ahead by a point, so she probably won't change her strategy very much. It'll be up to Kiria Tapia to try to make a difference in this fourth and final round. Tapia cautioned for pulling the head or holding the head down. Back in the center of the ring, it's important to keep the center if you're an Olympic-style boxer. That way, judges can see the action, they can see where you're landing punches, and they can see that you're meeting that scoring blow criteria. Tapia is really sitting down on her punches now. You can see she was a little bit more flat-footed in that exchange, trying to use a little bit more power, trying to bring a big power hook. And now she's right back to being slippery and slick. Both boxers smile at each other after both of them missed a little bit. Another big miss by Ariana Araujo, but even though Kiria Tapia in the red is able to make her miss, that does not score any points. So she has to throw punches in order to try to score a point. And now Ariana Araujo cautioned for pushing down the head of her opponent as Araujo brings a hook and then sways back or rocks back in order to avoid the forward momentum of Kiria Tapia. Tapia again trying to bring her own hook. Boxers tangle as they fall in. And the referee will caution Araujo for a low head. And that's the end of the round. The boxers embrace, very common for Olympic-style boxers to embrace after a match. It's a sign of respect and a sign that they value the effort of their opponent. And now they have to patiently wait as the computer does the final tabulations, averaging the score for each boxer to give a final punch count. The headgear and the gloves are removed, and when the boxers move to the center of the ring and greet the referee is checking the hand wraps to make sure that those are legal. And both boxers will go back to the center of the ring as they await the announcement of the official winner.
The judge's decision. La gagnante, the winner, par un pointage de 11-7, by a score of 11-7. La gagnante, the winner, in the blue corner, dans la couleur, représentant le Brésil, from the Brazil,
Ariana Araujo from Brazil moves on to the finals. She won her bout with Kiria Tapia 11 points to 7 points to move on to final action tomorrow night, where she will face the winner of this next match.